Hello, my dear students. Myself Sheikh Gulnaz. Now I am here with the topic of Bhakti cult and Sufi heritage. For the student of class 7th, and it is a subject of social science. Students, in the last class of this part 1, we have discussed about the importance what you are going to learn and the general meaning of Bhakti culture, Bhakti heritage in South India like Andal, Akka Mahadevi, Purandara Dasa, Kanaka Dasa, and their achievement, what they have done, everything they have learned, Shishunala Sharifa, and about Bhakti heritage of North India. In that, we have learned about one person, that is Kabir Das. Now let us see the another person, that is Guru Nanak. Guru Nanak is the founder of Sikh religion. He was born in 1469 CE at Talawandi in Punjab. Now it is in Pakistan. Mehta Kalu Chanda and Trupta were his parents. He stressed on good views of Hindu and Muslim religions. His songs called as Japaji are in Grantha Sahib, sacred book of Sikhs. Sikh cult has given importance for japa and good deeds. He stressed on gender equality. Nanak had great belief in the existence of the God. God is one and eternal, he proclaimed. He said one can gain Guru through bhakti, and with bhakti one can attain mukti. He opposed social evils like idol worshipping, casteism, sati system, etc. During one of these travels, he visited Karnataka. He stayed in Bidar, the place called Nanak Jhara Sweet Water Spring. Students, now let us see about this. Guru Nanak is a founder of Sikh religion. Okay, he was born in 1469 at Talawandi in Punjab. Now presently it is in Pakistan. So students, don't be get confused. These are the Indians. We can say these are the peoples those who live in our Indians, and we are following their bhakti cult. We are learning about them. Means if the places, some places of historical comes under his Pakistan, country of Pakistan. The reason behind this is, students, before independence, India and Pakistan was one country, and after the independence, it has been got divided. This is the reason why some of our historical places comes under the Pakistans also. So here, Mehta Kalu Chanda and Trupta were his parents. These are the parents of Guru Nanak. And he stressed on good views of Hindu and Muslim religion. So he was having a good views upon both the religion, that is Hindu and Muslims. His song called as Japaji are in Grantha Sahib, sacred book of Sikhs. Grantha Sahib is a holy book, we can say, or sacred book. Religious book of Sikhs. Sikh cult has given importance for japa and good deeds. He stressed on gender equality. So he worked on gender equality also. Nanak had a great belief in the existence of the God. So he used to believe on much more on God. God is one, and he was having an eternal, he proclaimed. He said one can gain Guru through bhakti, and with bhakti one can attain mukti. So he opposed social evils like idol worshipping, casteism, sati system, etc. During one of his travel, he visited Karnataka. He stayed in Bidar, the place called Nanak Jara Sweet Water Spring. This is a place where he used to live in Karnataka. So now let us see the another important person of reformer, that is Tulsi Das. He was from 1532 to 1623 CE. Tulsi Das was the first to support Bhakti Marga in North India. Marga is nothing but, student, path, way. So Tulsi Das was the first person for Bhakti Marga in North India. He was born in Brahmin family. So he was a person born in Brahmin family. So he has contributed to the Hindi literature. He wrote Ramacharita Manasa. This is a great book in Hindi in the north. So it is a famous as Tulasi Ramayana. Rama Bhakta to Tulasi Dasa, he showed devotion, pure love, affection, pure life, patience, generosity among the people. Students, Tulsidas was the first person to support the Bhakti Marga path in North India. So he was born in Brahmin family. He has contributed to Hindi literature. He wrote Ramacharita So this is the great book in Hindi in the North, Ramacharita So it is a famous as Tulsi Ramayana. Tulsi Ramayana. As you can know that Mahabharata and Ramayana is epics of Hindu religion. This is a great book. Okay, so Tulsidas he showed devotions, pure of devotions like pure life. He used to believe on love, affection, patience, generosity among the people. So now let us see the another important reformer, that is Mirabai. So, Mirabai is a renowned saint of India and is called as Radha of Kali Yuga. So, during the period Kali Yuga, students, Mirabai is renowned saint, knowing person. She was born in a Rajput family in Rajasthan. She was Raja Ratan Singh's daughter. Father of Mirabai is Raja Ratan Singh was his father. She married Prince of Mewar. She loved philosophy from her childhood, so she spent her time in offering puja, meditation, and singing. Her mother-in-law opposed her worshipping Lord Krishna. So Mirabai could not tolerate this and she left to Vrindavan, the pilgrimage place of Sri Krishna. So her songs are full of devotion and love. Giridhara Gopala is her favorite god. She has remained eternal due to her thousands of bhajans. You know what, students? One of the important reformer, that is Mirabai, is a renowned saint of India, and it is called as Radha of Kali Yuga. Okay, she was in a Rajput family in Rajasthan. As you know, students, why she was known as Radha of Kali Yuga? Because she used to love Lord Krishna. So here she was born in Rajput family in Rajasthan. This is a place where she born, and she was a daughter of Raja Ratan Singh. She married Prince of Mewar. She loved philosophies from her childhood, so she spent her time in offering puja, meditation, and singing. She loved to do these things. So her mother-in-law opposed her for worshipping the Lord Krishna. So her mother-in-law is nothing but her husband's mother. She was opposed. She was against of that Mirabai. Because she was meditating and she was worshipping Lord Krishna. She was against of that. So she objected. Who? The Mirabai's husband's mother-in-law. So Mirabai could not tolerate this and she left to Vrindavan. Vrindavan is a place, student, pilgrimage place of Sri Krishna. Okay. Her songs are full of devotion and love. Giridhara Gopala is her favorite god. She has remained eternal due to her thousands of bhajans. So this was about the Mirabai. Now let us see about Chaitanya. He was from 1485 to 1533 CE. Chaitanya was born in Nabadvip Dham, Nadia in Bengal in 1485 CE. Jagannatha Mishra and Sri Devi were his parents. Vishwambara was his original name. Ishwarpuri was his guru. Chaitanya left his family life and took sannyasa at the age of 25. He rejected casteism. Bhakti is the only way to attain mukti. Universal love is the first step towards the God, he said. He traveled to pilgrimage places of India and spread the message of love. Love, brotherhood, and generosity are the essences of his teachings. Today's Hare Krishna cult has been influenced by him. The Bengalis call him Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and also treat him as an incarnation of Lord Krishna. Students, Chaitanya was a reformer. He was born in Nabadvip Dham, Nadia in Bengal in the year 1485. So Jagannath Mishra and Sri Devi were his parents. Vishwambara was his original name. Chaitanya was just a nickname, but the original name of Chaitanya was Vishwambara, and Vishwapuri was his guru, teacher. So Chaitanya left his family life and took sannyasa at the age of 25. Students, what do you mean by sannyasa? A person who leave all their family and he used to live a single life, that he is really, no one is there in this world for him except God. He will only worship and love only to God. So he rejected casteism also. So bhakti is the only way to attain mukti, he used to believe. So universal love is the first step towards the God. Universal means we should live with unity, and we should love to each other, and we should be one with having we feeling. This was the he used to believe that universal love is the first step towards the God, he said. He traveled to pilgrimage places of India and spread the message of love. So love, brotherhood and generosity are the essences of his teaching. So he used to teach with the methods like he used to teach about love, brotherhood and generosity. Today's Hare Krishna cult has been influenced by him. Okay, the Bengalis call him Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and also treat him as incarnation of God, Lord Krishna. Got it? This was about the Chaitanya. He was also a good reformer. Now let us see the influences of Bhakti cult. Results. What was happened in this period? So Bhakti saints created harmony between Hindu and Muslims. Bhakti saints wrote in simple common man's language. This enriched the languages of the common man. Got it? These are the results of Bhakti culture. Students, Bhakti saints created harmony between Hindu and Muslim religions. So Bhakti saints wrote in simple common man's language. They used to write everything in a common language, because actually what was happened that time is, students, the common peoples cannot understand their languages like Sanskrit. These are the hard language which knowledge are giving only to the royal families or those who are rich people. They only can get the education. So common people cannot understand. For example, if they want to learn that, if they want to perform puja also, they cannot do that, because they don't know the mantras and all, because that is in Sanskrit language. These are the peoples, those who help them, common peoples also, to get equality. They are also the human beings. They are also made by God, so they can also worship, right? So these enriched the languages of the common man. So heritage of Sufi, like Kabir, Kanakadas, Chaitanya and others brought in new awareness among the Hindus. Sufi saints brought awareness among the Muslims. Got it? Like Kabir, Kanakadas, Chaitanya and others brought new awareness among the Hindus people. Sufi saints brought awareness among the Muslims. Okay. They worked for the harmony of among Hindu and Muslim. Peace. So Sufi cult originated in Arabia and entered in India later. First it was originated in Arabia and it entered India later. So the word Sufi comes from the word Saf, which means clean and clear. Okay, Saf is nothing but clean and clear. So the Sufi saints were mystics and used to wear woolen dress. They were very clean and they used to wear a woolen dress, Sufi saints. So now let us see the essences. What they used to teach. God is one. He is powerful. We are all His children. This is the first essence. Encourage good deeds. All are equal. Opposed caste system. Student, these are the teachings of Sufi culture. They used to teach that God is one and He is the only one person who is powerful, and we are all His children. So He encouraged good deeds also. For example, the people, those who are doing the good deeds or they are helping to the other people, so it is we should encourage them, right? So all are equal, they used to teach, and opposed caste system. They were against of caste system. So later on, Sufis were influenced by yoga, Vedanta and Buddhist thoughts. They got inspired by yoga, Vedanta and Buddhist thoughts. So dharma means love. They used to believe that the meaning of dharma is love. Service to mankind is important are some of the philosophical thoughts of Sufis. The people Sufis, they used to believe that service to mankind, if we help to the human beings with humanity, So it is an important for philosophy. They used to thought. They used to think. Okay. Now let us see about the one of the Sufi saint, that is Nizamuddin Auliya. He is one of the main Sufi saints. He lived in Delhi and lived a life of poverty. He was a person, he lived in Delhi and he lived a life of poverty, poor. So masjid was with thatched roof was his center of activity. He used to teach in masjid, mosque, right? He refused the villages gifted by Sultan of Delhi. He refused the village gift by Sultan of Delhi. When he got the gifts from the king also, he refused. He has not taken that gifts. He preached to the devotees who visited him to practice good qualities and kindness. So he used to teach the person who used to visit him. So he used to teach them the good qualities and kindness. This was his good, kind person he was. Who? Nizamuddin Auliya. Though he lived in Delhi, then also he got the power, property and all villages from the king. But then also he refused to take. So he used to live in a masjid, mosque. So those who are people visiting to him, he used to teach them about the good qualities and kindness. Now let us see about the another important Sufi saint, that is Khwaja Bande Nawaz. Bande Nawaz is a famous Chishti Sufi saint. He was the disciple of Nasiruddin of Delhi. Bande Nawaz means protector of those who came to his shelter. His original name was Gisodaraz, means long-haired. He knew Sanskrit, Arabic, Farsi, Dakkani, Urdu and many more languages. He settled in Kalaburgi. He was respected by the king Feroz Shah. He wrote in Dakkani language. His literature is still preserved in Kalaburgi library. Every year his Urus is held in Kalaburgi. So here students, Bande Nawaz is a famous Chishti Sufi saint. He was the disciple of, student or follower of Nasiruddin of Delhi. Okay, Bande Nawaz means the protector of those who came to shelter to him. Whoever went to him for helping and for everything, he used to give them shelter. So his original name was Gisodaraz, means long-haired. Bande Nawaz, Khwaja Bande Nawaz, original name was Gisodaraz. Gisodaraz meaning of Gisodaraz is long-haired. So he knew Sanskrit. He knew many languages like Sanskrit, Arabic, Farsi, Dakkani. Now presently we know call Dakkani as Urdu. So and many more languages. He settled in Kalaburgi, in our city only. He was respected by the king Feroz Shah. He wrote in Dakkani language. His literature is still preserved in the library, Kalaburgi's library. Still it is there. Okay. Every year his Urus is held in Kalaburgi. Okay. Urus is nothing but fair student. Fair of this Khwaja Bande Nawaz is used to happen every year. We can see. Next we have that is Chishti sect. What he used to teach. In Sufi cult, Chishti sect is important. Now let us see what is this Chishti sect. Moinuddin Chishti is the founder of this. Moinuddin Chishti is the founder of this Chishti sect. He came and settled in Ajmera. Devotion towards God, service to Guru, good life are the main features of Chishti followers. These are the main things. Those who were the follower of Chishti, they used to follow this. What they used to follow? Devotion towards God, service to Guru, respect to your teacher, good life are the main features of Chishti followers. He had concern for harmony of Hindu and Muslim. He wrote in Dakkani, Urdu language. He used to write the literature books like in Urdu languages. So Salim Chishti from Fatehpur Sikri was famous among them. Okay. Salim Chishti is also from Fatehpur and he is also famous among them, among Chistis. Okay. You can see student, this is a tomb of Salim Chishti in Agra, Delhi. Okay. Lahore, today's Pakistan, located in today's Pakistan. Sheikh Ismail, he was the Sufi saint there. Ajmer, Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti in Ajmer. These are the places and you can see these are the Chishti Sufi saints used to stay in the places. These are the Sufi saints and these are the places where they used to live. Here Ajmer, Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti, Delhi, Nizamuddin Auliya, Arcot, Tipu Mastara, Aulia, Kalaburgi, Khwaja Bande Nawaz. So these were the Sufi saints and these are the places where they used to live and where they are. So here chronological order, students in which year, from which to which year they has been role and their important role they have played. So Nizamuddin Aulia, he played role from 1238 to 1325 CE. Kabir Das 1440 to 1518 CE. Guru Nanak 1469 to 1539 CE. Purandara Dasa 1480 to 1564 CE, Chaitanya 1485 to 1533 CE, Mirabai 1498 to 1569 CE, Kanaka Das 1508 to 1606 CE, Tulsi Das 1532 to 1623. These are the chronological orders. These are the years where during that period they have been ruled. So solve this exercise, students. Fill in the blanks with the suitable words. Dash is the pen name of Akka Mahadevi. Purandara Dasa was in the court of Dash. Adikeshava is the pen name of Dash. Kabir of Karnataka is Dash. Chaitanya's first name is Dash. Sufi saint Khwaja Bande Nawaz, other's name is Dash. Answer the following questions in one sentence. What is the original name of Andal? Where was Akka Mahadevi born? Who is Karnataka Sangeeta Pitamaha? Name Kanakadasa's parents. Which is the sacred book of Sikhs? Who is called as Radha of Kali Yuga? What is the meaning of the word Sufi? Name Sufi saints of India. Who was the founder of Chishti cult? Who is the first Kannada Muslim poet? Answer the following in 2-3 sentences. Write the message of Kabir Das. List out the teachings of Guru Nanak. Next, what are the influences of Bhakti cult? Summarize the essence of Sufi cult. Match the following: Guru Nanak, Chaitanya, Nizamuddin Aulia, Mirabai. Discuss this answer briefly. Discuss the relevance of preaching of Bhakti cult. So these are the exercise, students, questions you have to solve and bring to the school for showing your book. Okay, so thank you for watching my video, students. If you have any questions or doubt related to this topic, you can ask me. Okay, thank you.